You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review for King Richard. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my new videos. For the closing night presentation at the 44th Annual Denver Film Festival, we were all treated to the Oscar hopeful in King Richard, a Warner Brothers picture coming to both HBO Max and theaters this Friday. King Richard follows the story of Richard Williams as he makes big claims for his daughters, Venus and Serena, from a young age, but soon proves to the world that he's not just some crazy madman as he works with his daughters and his family to make their dreams come true. Now, as my shirt might suggest, I am a huge Venus and Serena Williams fan. I've got the Funko Pop here, got one of a couple shirts of Serena, and I love them. They are actually what got me into tennis. So naturally, I was very excited about a major studio film regarding their lives. Though I will admit, having a film titled King Richard about Venus and Serena, who actually got on the court and performed, had me apprehensive as to what story are we telling here. Honestly, I was nervous we were really going to see Venus and Serena be supporting characters in their father's film when, in all honesty, he was a supporting character in their legendary run. But nevertheless, Will Smith has been getting a ton of Oscar buzz. As a Williams sisters fan, I was ready to see and hopefully love this film. And yeah, I loved it. So let's go ahead and talk about those positives first. Well, I have to start off with those acting performances because everyone in this film is actually great. Will Smith is transformative as Richard Williams. He's so authentic in this role. He completely engrosses you in what Richard Williams was about and sells it from the first moment to the last. Anjanae Alice is also fantastic as Venus and Serena's mother, Oracene, and she really gets some key moments to shine in this film. Through it all, she is amazing in this role and in many ways steals the show. She's that good when she's on screen. But then we have Sanaya Sidney, who plays Venus Williams, and Demi Singleton as Serena Williams, both of which, first of all, look a whole lot like young Venus and Serena. I think they did an amazing job from the look perspective in the casting, but both of these young ladies are fantastic in this film. Their chemistry together, their chemistry with Will and Anjanae, they're great when they're asked to deliver more emotional moments. Fantastic. And of course, they don't do all of the tennis stuff, but they do a lot of it. They're great with all of that physicality that they needed to bring to the role. Plus, we have John Bernthal, who is amazing in this film. He's so freaking fun. He has some of the best lines of the entire film. He was wonderful. Honestly, even down to the really minor characters, everyone kills it in this film. The direction from Ronaldo Marcus Green is also fantastic. I thought that the tennis scenes were filmed with a lot of great kinetic energy and they looked gorgeous. The rest of it was also edited very well and shot beautifully. The music was wonderful and the screenplay was really well thought out. Again, I was apprehensive, as I said, that this would be a film about Richard Williams, where the rest of everyone took a back seat and played supporting roles. But in honesty, I thought the film did a great job of balancing and made it about a family. Yes, we focus more heavily on Venus than Serena in the film, but that's because we're focusing on their pro days here. And obviously, Venus was the first to really break through as the older sister, but they do a great job with balancing the importance of the entire family unit when it comes to both parents and both girls, and even giving a little bit to the other sisters in the family. Particularly, I'm glad Queen, yes, Queen Oracene got her due and wasn't overlooked in her contributions to the girls and their game specifically, because so much is made about Richard Williams being a coach. Oracene was a coach too, and I'm glad that that came through. As a Williams sisters fan, I was also a little bit worried that Richard would be a little bit purified. He's not a great man overall all the time. He was eccentric, and while we love that about him, and he proved himself right with his daughters, outside with the family unit, obviously it wasn't all great. And I also think the film does a good enough job without vilifying him, showing that he wasn't a perfect man either. And it's a really inspirational film. Their story is inspirational, and the film picks that up and runs with it and honestly hits it out of the park. This was a packed theater we were in tonight, and the crowd was cheering, they were laughing, and they were clapping throughout. You could feel that this is going to be a huge crowd pleasing film, and for good reason. It hits all the notes it needs to hit, and it does so really well. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to King Richard? Well, again, I do think we still could have balanced that out just a bit more, particularly with the other sisters and getting to know them in all of this, because they also had to make sacrifices and make adjustments for the girls and for Richard's dream. Also, maybe a little bit more consequence with Richard, because as the film depicted it, yes, he was kind of pushy. Yes, he was kind of, outrageous, crazy Richard as people saw him, but we didn't really see the pushback of that. We had him tell us, like, oh, I've never had any respect, or people don't take me seriously, but they'll listen to you girls. We didn't really see a whole lot of that. Instead, yeah, he was like, oh, kind of a little bit over the top, but he didn't get a lot of pushback overall. And I think we could have at least seen that type of struggle that they did go through as a family unit. Plus, it's pretty paint by the numbers, especially for a sports biopic. It goes through a lot of the ups and downs that you would expect. Yes, it's real life. And for the most part, this was actually pretty faithful to the Williams story. As I said, I'm a huge fan, and I knew this story pretty well heading into the film. So I didn't learn much, but this is pretty faithful in its telling from most all research I've done. So when you're telling a true story, there's only so much you can change to not make it paint by the numbers, inspirational story. But we take a couple turns here and there, but overall, particularly the way it's mapped out and the way that it's structured, it's not revolutionary in its storytelling. But overall, honestly, I loved King Richard. Instantly shot up my ranking. It's certainly one of the best theatrical watching experiences I've had in 2021. My audience was amazing. And as a fan of the sisters, getting to see them get their due in this kind of respect honestly was fantastic. I honestly find it hard to believe anyone could really walk out of King Richard not feeling uplifted and happy, joyful, really inspired by the story that's on the screen. This is truly a crowd pleaser in every sense of the form, and it nails that type of filmmaking. So, honestly, if you can, I recommend heading out to a movie theater and checking out King Richard when it does debut. Otherwise, 100%, if you have HBO Max, check it out. It is more than worth watching. So, that was my review of King Richard. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see King Richard. And what is your favorite sports film? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.